this script.
Yep, GCT badly wants to contest, and they have not paid attention to the other parts of the map, all the while they've been trying to set up for the entries here in this upcoming Lord, but Vitality are just baiting them out. GCT, could they potentially sense this and try to get them, or try to bite the bait, because they see that Vival's up top, Quenjo's getting bursted down, has to run away, but the center from Son might not be enough because Vitality were prepared. Now it's just the backlines that Vival's really out.
Yo guys, what's up? What am I missing, yo?
Win out big in that team fight.
Oh wait, it's not over just yet. They might actually get a little bit more here.
Gonna
but
be better.
Zone them out entirely. City and Vivian doing a very good job to make sure that GCT don't pull any rugs from underneath them and sneak behind.
Vitality, that was such quick movement. Vival, just for a moment, showed herself up. GCT were a bit too occupied with trying to get in and follow up with both Quenjo and Son because they both
Yo guys, I'm live.
But the counters from Fumi Echo, the Throne of Ruins, and the real world manipulations, plus Vival just cutting off the rest of the members as Gel clearly had enough damage. GCT were a bit too occupied with trying.
It's already out. And now, Vival, are you gonna go 1v5? Are you really that confident with a 7.3k lead for your team? I don't think so.
Let's go. Who faces the Philippines on the grand finals,
I think they're
bro?
very careful now that they have this lead.
We're back. Number
one, and they've been playing it
We're back.
relatively simple. Now that they've already gotten the advantage for themselves.
We adjusted
Now
everything. I
most of
hope
the
the
healer
network
about to
doesn't
fall
mess
for
us up.
GCT, and
What the hell?
I think it's just really
Yeah,
playing
just
for
call it.
Tokyo. That could be the game plan.
I don't know. I just saw Tokyo recently
pay
just
by
purchased the Berserker's Fury 10 minutes, 30 seconds into the
Welcome to
game.
the stream,
That's
guys.
really late
Welcome.
pickup here
Let's
in
go.
terms of just
Let's go.
scaling
Let's go.
timers.
Let's go.
And
Let's go.
in
Let's go.
comparison to the already completed Trinity build on the opposite end, and of course, gotta make sure you got some mana regen because Chell wants to stay on the map longer rather than having to recall every single time she runs out.
Ooh, tough though, because that can deal with the front lines, yes, but that Wishing Lantern pick up too from Cine, so that's a lot of items already packed by Vitality just to respond to the lineup of GCT or to whoever might want to start things off for them. And they might not even confidently do so because, as you mentioned, it's just the Haas and the Berserkers. 3k is the goal differential between Chell and Tokyo at this point.
Yep. If
the
the
hell?
math serves
It's
me
not
right,
close.
I think it should be roughly around the 16th to 17th minute where we're expecting, okay, a bold attempt coming up from Vivian here, but do we see any counterplay?
Kyoei does try to go for a counterplay. It's City who she tries to set up for.
Whoa!
Chonchke does find the kill on
Okay.
City. They weren't able to
Let's go.
accomplish that first, but now
Let's
they're
go.
gonna be okay. That's a loss for Vitality at least.
Who do you think is gonna win? Who do you think is gonna win?
Confident in
Oh my
pushing
God.
forward.
Yo.
Let's go.
moving.
Let's go. Oh my God. Indo are going to win this game.
They're dealing with the front lines first.
Bro,
One is the
this
exact
link is-
same script
bro,
for
what the hell?
Vitality. The spread of the damage, a triple for Vival, and
It's
a
over.
double for Chell.
What a huge engage coming out of Fumiko. This small woman has some big guns at such high stakes games, and that is going to be
It's
it.
1-1.
Tokyo coming up in 7 more seconds, but the game is already done. A clean wipeout from Vitality to say, no, we're defending champs for a reason. 18-3.
1-1.
Just when
But I
GCT
still
thought
think, I
that
still
they
believe
found an opening, a single
GCT are gonna
kickoff
win this,
to
guys.
boost
No?
their confidence. Vitality clapped back with the exact same sequence they've been doing to win out most of their team fights in this game.
Oh, the set plays here, the hesitation, I think that's what's really the difference here. If a team is not only proactive, but is decisive, that is going to be the big game changer. Because look at
Nice,
this, Fumi was
nice.
already communicating.
We
We're gonna
fixed
turn this
our
fight
stream,
instantly.
guys.
And the backline, Vival, you just
fixed
deal
our
with them,
freaking
the
stream.
rest of us will melt them down as Chell played a perfect game.
Hopefully.
Perfect purifies as well.
You have too many guards. Chell is too well guarded in this game.
We're gonna be throwing over back
All right.
to the studio.
Who's ready to
Break
win
it
some
down
diamonds?
for us
Who's ready
after
to
these
win some
messages.
diamonds? Let's go. Oh, by the way, I've gotten my Gwen skin. So I'm very, very happy. What the hell is that sound?
Vitality fights back. They tie up the series 1-1, and now things just got super interesting. That map was pretty dominant from the side of Vitality. What do you, I guess if you've been giving us a lot of euphemisms, you've been reading a lot of philosophy. How would you describe GELTEK Cyber Team's action plan in that map number 2?
I would say for GELTEK Cyber Team, they saw the future, but the future is many, and they tried to go for all of them. And that was the bad play, where sometimes, this is what we call Occam's razor, where the simplest answer usually is the correct one, but instead they tried to correct all the questions, and that was that was the bad move.
I want to just say something, by the way, that was not planned at all. LaFell literally just freeballed that, and he did such a good job. Very well done. I'm impressed. Eterna, let's start talking about some of these stats, because it's clearly very one-sided.
Yeah, so it goes back down to the drafts. I think even LaFell mentioned it. This looked like a not lingable game. Is that what you said? Yeah, a not lingable game. And when you're up against a composition with a
Yo guys, I've gotten my Chun-Li skin.
Yep. The early game,
I have my
Chun-Li
skin, guys.
Right? Because that's when
check
the
it out.
Is at its weakest.
Check it out. Check it out.
For you to try and pressure the lane, and it felt like GELTEK was unable
Chun-Li,
to
guys. Chun-Li.
And I feel like this is why they're champions, right? Because they saw a small
beautiful,
opportunity.
right?
The moment they got that Berserker Fear, they're like, you know what, you gave us an advantage.
If you want to get a skin like this, make sure you like tune in as often as you can, okay? I will tell you guys when I'm going to give out the skin,
though will get to play for the championship, and Vitality
try and
is
tune
coming
in
back
as
quick.
often
It's
as
now tied up
possible.
1-1. We take a look at one of the moments from that matchup in map number 2, and I believe this is going to be towards the tail end.
So right now we're going to give out some diamonds.
So this was an interesting, well, it was a big play by Fumi Echo, right? Because initially
Galaxy
won
game 1, Galaxy won game 1, and Vitality won game 2.
Because she missed the fatal links, and Sonjika even emoted after that.
Bro, Ling is actually busted, to be honest. Ling is busted.
Like, okay,
but I won't be surprised if Galaxy wins this game, because come on, they are being coached by Coach Osprey, bro. Coach Osprey, if you guys don't know Coach Osprey, is literally the coach of Vessel Time, the team that couldn't make it to the wildcards because of visa issues.
We're talking about the story of MWI here. Fumi Echo has been getting highlight plays over highlight plays. No matter what hero she's been using, especially on that Alice, really setting up for her team for success. And my goodness, Fumi Echo, this season
I'm trying to purchase some diamonds
is something different
right now, okay?
Unstoppable. I don't know if the Terminator
Let's purchase
is the
some
right
diamonds.
We'll get a name for
paste the
Echo
codes.
in just a little bit. Our commentators
Let's
though,
paste
are
the
giving all their emotion and giving all the energy they can for this
fastest
great
fingers,
series. Let's see
by
how
the way,
they look
fastest
during
fingers.
that map number 2.
Fastest fingers.
just does it alone. Viva seals it all
Whoa!
alone.
Look at Eterna. What the hell are they doing?
And Sonjik is nowhere to be found. What a macro play by Vitality.
What was that? What was that? Wait, I'm pretty sure that Vival didn't even have the purple buff. Yeah, Vival doesn't have it. They didn't steal it. They decided, you know what? They're actually rushing it down. We're going to walk back over to the turtle and just take them out.
Again, they're giving it their all. Always love it when they lose their minds. It's hard not to when you're casting over two great teams.
No, especially, honestly, I was losing my mind as well because, honestly, at that point, Viva already gave up on the purple buff.
LaFell, you're always losing your mind.
So I'm like, wait, that might be the bad decision.
It's not
but
new,
then,
bro.
Kyoe as well, she didn't retreat at all that turtle, so that was...
It ain't new, bro.
See, even Gino was still ran. What was that?
Right? Still trying to figure it out, and we'll give them a little bit more time to figure it out. Because luckily Rose was on site, had a chance to speak to Zorn. All things
MLBB.
meta-related. Rose, what did Zorn have to say?
Hey guys, Zorn here all the way from Malaysia. How are you? Hello guys.
Yo, Zorn, the Taunt King.
It's nice to see a familiar face here in Paris. So how has Paris been treating you so far?
I feel like this is a very good atmosphere that I alami apa?
Zorn.
Experience. Okay, now as you all know, Zorn is a pro player and not just a KOL. So I want to get your thoughts on, you know, the meta that we have been seeing here at MWI. What are your thoughts on it?
I feel like the meta is currently, I feel like it's similar to MSC, which is the boys, which is I feel like maybe because of the current patch is still on the same page, but I feel like there's some interesting heroes that they bring here, but I feel like there's so many heroes still not coming out.
Oh, a lot of heroes have not come out, but you said a lot of interesting picks has been picked here. So do you foresee, or do you perhaps think that some of these heroes will carry over to MSC? And if so, which ones?
Do you mean which one? What hero?
Ya, meta mana yang you rasa akan dibawa kepada MSC, and kalau ada pun yang mana satu?
So I guess the meta which is the utility tank jungler, I feel like this basic meta for now. So this is the same meta, I guess will be the same as MSC.
Now, Zorn, you know what? You're here in MWI, you're experiencing this, but I gotta ask you, what do you think about the level of competition this year? Do you think it has improved compared to the previous years?
Definitely yes. I agree,
trying to get some diamonds, guys.
I've seen a lot of teams that competing at a higher level, which is the difference is the gap between those teams is becoming much smaller. So I feel like there's a good improvement for women scene.
I agree. I'm pretty sure all of us have been, you know, surprised and disappointed with some of the games that has unfolded here at MWI. My last question, Zorn. We know that Malaysia is out of the contention for MWI, but who do you think is going to win it all?
Philippines.
This is a very hard prediction for me, but I feel like it's either NAVI or Vitality. Those two.
Either one.
Either one. I cannot predict.
Bro, now you might not
Thank you
even
very
make
much,
it.
Zorn. It's good to
Sorry,
have you here.
Vitality might
That's
not
it
even
from
make it.
us.
What the hell? Oh my god, what the hell is happening, bro?
Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower.
Gotta chill, I've gotta chill.
Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by play.
Thank you, Rose, for the interview with Zorn. His official predictions are in. Grand Finals, Navi versus Vitality. But who's he going to cheer for if they're both in the venue? I noticed he was sitting on the Vitality side. How could you not? They are the loudest in the venue.
I gotta say, he was pretty brave to be like, I don't know, could be Navi, could be. Honestly, for me, I would just say, oh yeah, Vitality, woo, for sure.
Well, we're going to the stage. The fans are getting hype, and the Vitality fans continue to jump. I don't know how they do it. How do they have so much energy? I guess they're not 34 like me. They're giving it their all, and they've been screaming at the top of their lungs, and one name has been coming to the attention. It's Vival, constantly chanting her name, and Vival is about to play once again. Now, I've got to pick your brain, LaFell, because we were talking about the hero selection from before. Correct me if I'm wrong, and please correct me if I'm wrong. I think you mentioned that Team Vitality did fall a little bit behind in the hero selection, yet they dominated that map too. So is this one of those rare moments where even though their heroes were a bit outpaced by GELTEK Cyber Team, their overall skill and experience ended up overdoing the hero pick from GELTEK?
Honestly, that's an amazing question, but I would actually say it was GELTEK's mistake. They made such a big mistake where the best way to explain it is they lost focus, right? It looked like they were autopiloting. It looked like brain fog because they started doing things that doesn't make sense according to the draft. In fact, the very last play, Fumi Echo jumped in. That was great and all, but why didn't GELTEK Cybertech check the bushes, right? Isn't that like a normal thing when we go into the late game? So it really looked like for that one, I apologize, but this is a true analysis. They were just autopiloting for that one.
Which is why we were always talking about that window, that early game. The early game has been so important from game 1. The early game has been so important to game 2. And it was the execution of GELTEK in the early game for game number 2 that really lost them the battle at the very end. Like that 10K gold lead that eventually built up by Team Vitality, that was because of the early game once again.
And that concerns me because now it's one of those moments where it's like you have the hero pick, you won the pick and ban, but now your fundamentals are starting to fall. You cannot afford that against the final boss of Team Vitality. Going into map 3, they got to pick themselves up. Now, LaFell, though, the reality is we're here at the MWI. We're in Paris. Paris, and we are on the home turf of Vitality, and the fans are loud. How much of an effect do you think that is happening for GELTEK Cyber Team? Because they've got to listen to that.
Dude, that's huge. Like, imagine when we just started becoming talents, right? The cameras are intimidating. The lights are intimidating. After years, then we started getting used to it. But for them, they got to get used to it pretty fast. I mean, like, Hyoi, sure, maybe the Ice Queen, she can handle it, but it's a 5-player team. Everyone has to be on the same page.
That, and also Hyoi is the only one with international experience.
Yeah.
So she's here with 4 new faces, and I've spoken with a lot of, you know, the female players when they've made their debut from last year, even the year before, and every single one of them has mentioned the lights, the stage, the audience, it all has a mental impact.
It's hard, isn't it, as a competitor, but if you want to be the best, you have to ignore all that and play the game you know. We know for a fact GELTEK Cyber Team can win this series. They won map number 1 in a convincing fashion. If they can just play like that, who knows, they might take down the Titans of Team Vitality and be in grand finals tomorrow. But they've got a lot of work to do. We're tied up 1-1. Let's see how our pick and bans go.
Eternal, let's talk about this. Cassius, Banner, the Boxia, the Aulus, as well as the carry. Does this not just scream like, we're respecting you and we want to take this game?
This is a completely different system, or a completely different strategy, I would say, from Game 1, Game 2. The fact that Team Vitality have swapped sides with GELTEK. They've really tried to facilitate the opening of this.
Alright, I'll start sending in the diamond
First
codes.
pick Hirara here
right
for
now,
Team
okay?
Vitality. They're very confident
Fastest
with that.
fingers.
And the surprising thing is, when you're up against Hirara, do you not think that heroes like the Moskov would be more of a problem compared to the carry?
I feel like that shows that they just want to make sure that both Vivian as well as Fumi Echo has a good time, because, you know, Hirara, jungle, damage dealers are probably going to have an EXP that's more tanky.
Yeah, it's getting better. I actually adjusted a lot of settings.
As long as Fumi Echo has a good time, as long as Vivian is having a good time,
especially
Rival is just gonna have a good time.
the bit rates,
Okay,
I
so
think,
we're talking about the EXP lane now.
from
Because on
6k
one
down
side we
to
have
like
Esmeralda,
3,000
and on the other
something.
we usually see either Sora,
Plus, I think my
or
network is
perhaps
better
a CC or
now,
a Yuzong
so.
sometimes even. What do you think
So
about
these are the
that?
codes
even
for
Freya is
the
open,
diamonds.
so this is very interesting here, because I wonder what pick Hyoi will pick here, because technically 4 junglers has been banned out. Aulus has been banned, Boxia, the Gwyn, as well as the Akai. GELTEK, they early picked the Esme. I respect that because there is no carry. And now they early picked the Clint to possibly say, hey, don't pick the Claude. We already have your counter. And now the Atlas has been picked up, and even the Alice. Look at the AoE that Vitality has. It seems like they want to fight.
But what do you think about the Alice into the Esme matchup? Because it's not necessarily like the best of matchups for the Alice. If Fumi Echo wants to get a good time going, usually she's the one who's playing strong side instead of Shell.
Just ignore the hater, you know? And like, I'm not going to win against you, so I'm not going to fight against you, right? The way that you play Alice against Esme, you just try to freeze the lane on your side, get level 4, and then try to win the first turtle, and then after that, do the same thing at game number 2.
Another one.
So we're expecting that kind of mentality coming into game number 3, and technically it did work out for them in game number 2, so let's see if it crossovers to their 3rd game. But of course, we are still waiting the last pick in for Team GELTEK. Lilia. Okay, so they see really strong heroes for the first 3 from Team Vitality. They're picking up something of a momentum hero of their own, the Lilia, with highly fast clear and already really good base damage in the early game.
Very good against tanks like the Alice as well as the Atlas. I'm just slightly worried because going up against the Hirara, because Lilia, out of all the heroes in ML, has one of the lowest HP pool, making it so that she's extremely squishy. So a good engage by Hirara, she's dead. And we don't know what the mid is going to be. If the mid is something like an Eve or even a Farsa, this Lilia will not have a good time. So I think it's an amazing pick, but it's not without its weaknesses.
She needs to be very quick when and how she gets to that level 4. Because that's the only saving grace that she has, her black shoes. The black shoes can take her out of really sticky situations, and she's going to be relying on that. So they need to be able to facilitate that with an equally strong roamer pick.
3K.
The only question is what is up right now, right? Because now the Valeric is gone. I wonder if they want to go fight fire with fire and possibly pick up something like a God Thought, something like a High Loss, someone that can bring Revitalize so that they can stay in the fight for much longer. But if they do that, they need some kind of fighter in the jungle. Because when it comes to the tanks, yeah, it's just Balman as well as the Barat. So I'm actually not entirely sure what their roamer is going to be.
I agree. I think they need counter engage. And other than the Gatot Kacha, the one hero that has been trending so much with counter engage was the Belleric. So that is a really good ban coming in from Team Vitality. Kind of 50-50 with, but it has won games, is the Minotaur. Surprisingly so, it has gained popularity, and it also can bring out the Revitalize.
Yeah, I feel like if Minotaur lasts after you see Vitality's pick in mid, it's fine. Because if they pick up an E,
Minotaur,
which they have not
Minotaur
banned,
pick is good
if they
here.
pick up a Jushin, which they also have not banned, that might be very difficult.
They're
Looks like
banning all the
Vitality is
tanks
on
now.
the same page as